Hey guys, so today I am going to be testing a nail kit from Wish. I got a polygel nail kit. I believe this was about $11 and it had pretty good reviews and it got here pretty quick. Shipping I think was a little bit expensive. Nonetheless, let's try this. This is supposed to be everything that you need except for the light and I think probably a file. So first we have the dual forms. Feel like you get kind of a good amount. Next we have the cuticle pusher thing and probably the little scraper to get the polygel out and a brush. And then we have the nail liquid, so like this is probably just rubbing alcohol. And then we have a top coat, we have a base coat, and the polygel itself. I got tender pink. It wasn't super clear which one was which on the pictures, so I'm hoping that this one's just like a nice little light pink. Let's see. You can tell they did definitely model this packaging and everything like that after the gelish one. So here is the color of this one. All right, so literally looks exactly like this color. So the only thing it does not come with is any sort of dehydrator or primer. I am going to use a dehydrator on my nails so we can give this system its best chance. I won't use a primer or anything like that because if it doesn't come with one, I'm assuming it doesn't truly need one. But a dehydrator just sort of helps to get any oils off of your nail to help the product stick better. So there is that. So we should start out probably by sizing our nails before we put anything on them. I don't know why I say ours when I mean mine. Okay, this one looks good for the thumb, so I'll set that aside. So far from what I can tell, the sizing on these is pretty good. Not too big, not too small. All right, so I have all of mine ready to go. So now I'm gonna put on the base coat. So on this base coat, it says UV gel, but then on the listing, it says LED. So I'm just going to hope that this works because I don't actually have a UV lamp. Let's give it a try, I guess. Seems really liquidy, like really, really thin. A lot thinner than normal base coats or top coats are. I guess I'll attempt to cure it and hopefully it'll work. And it worked. Okay, so it is LED. It might be UV as well, but crisis averted. It's all fine. Okay, so now I guess we'll just finish putting the rest of the base coat on these nails. If you move quick, you don't really need to cure one by one. You can just put it on all of them and then get going. So far so good. No burning or heat spikes or anything like that. Okay, so all of that done. Let's get into the actual polygel now. So I'm gonna pour out some of the liquid. Probably don't need that much. I do like how it has a little hole up here opposed to just being like a regular bottle. It's a lot easier to not use as much. All right, so there's a couple different ways that you can put on polygel. A lot of people like to mush the back on with this. Some people like to do it with a brush. I'm gonna try doing it with this at first. Here's the brush. So I'm just going to dip this in there. And then let's just squeeze some of this polygel out now and kind of go from there. All right, so this pink actually looks a lot more orange. So we'll have to see about that. So next I'm just going to sort of push it on. It does look like it is a little bit see-through though, so maybe that's what makes it not super orange when it gets on your nail. But I would definitely call this more of a salmon color at this point. And I actually am going to grab more of that because those would be some real short nails for me. You guys know that it's not how I do things here. All right, so here it is on the nail. Really, all you do is you just sort of press it in. You press it into your cuticle and then push down a little. You have to be careful not to create any air bubbles. So I like to sort of keep holding it. And then with the brush, you're going to want to get down any side because it's just gonna make it so much harder. And then you're also going to want to go underneath and smooth that out because it gets really annoying to have to either drill it out, especially if you don't have a drill. I think I definitely accidentally touched my sweater because I'm having some black fuzzy situation thing going on right now. It's my bad. But all right, that's all smooth. So now I'm going to cure it. I like to do the underside as well. All right, and then we're just gonna lift from both sides and it should pop off. So here it is. This is the nail. So it definitely does have a little bit of a clear things going on. I do have a little bit of edges from the side, but it seems pretty strong so far, and this will pretty much all be cleaned up once we file it, but the top is nice and smooth. So good so far. The only thing is you do have to have some rubbing alcohol to wipe this back part down because it will be sticky. So let's move on to the next nail. All right, so here's this. When they're smaller, they're a lot easier to do since you don't have to spread it out as much. You want to make sure that you're avoiding a ton at the cuticle because that is what it's going to make it sort of mush out everywhere. Okay, so this one is ready now. Down and into the cuticle. And then, like I said, I like to push it down a bit and then flatten out the back here. And then we're going to cure it. This is like the most satisfying thing ever. This one doesn't seem quite as strong, almost like it could break. So if that happens, you might need to put a thin layer over. It really depends because these aren't necessarily universal for everyone's nail beds, so you really have to just sort of do your best. You can also put another thin layer on this and do it again. So why don't we do that just so we can make sure that this one does not break. We'll just use a tiny bit. Now that seems much better. I'm gonna try to use a tiny bit more since last time I didn't use enough. Here we go with this one. If you're getting air bubbles, you probably are using too little product. And then if you're getting a bunch of excess on the outsides, you're using too much. All right, and this one seems good as well. I'm really bummed that this is orange. I was really hoping it was pink. I was probably gonna leave them just this color, but I don't really think this color suits my skin tone. This can be a super quick process for doing fake nails if you get it down, especially if you're doing one of the colored ones. You can probably do like a full set in like an hour, and they should last, I would imagine, for about 2 weeks. If I have any updates for you guys and regarding the set, they will be at the end. I know that I'll be wearing the set for at least a couple days before this video goes up. So if for some reason it's just really bad, I can share that. But if there isn't really any updates, then that means that it's doing just fine. All right, last one, guys. Kinda hard to squeeze out. Oof. All right, hopefully this one is all good and we can get on to the shaping part. Okay, so here they are. Now let's shape them. So this does not come with any sort of file or anything like that, so you would need to get that on your own. I think I'm going to put these into sort of a coffin. Even though this top is smooth, I feel like it's almost impossible to not have any sort of bumps or anything at all on the top, so you probably will have to at least lightly buff over it. Polygel is pretty soft, so you really shouldn't have too much of a hard time filing it, and it really shouldn't take you too long since the top should pretty much be smooth. It's really just the outside shape. Alright, so here they are pretty much shaped. Because some parts on top are filed and the other ones aren't, I am going to go over just and buff all of it, make sure it's smooth and even. Okay, so now they're all filed, buffed, and shaped. I'm going to go wash my hands and I will go get some stuff to decorate and I will be right back. Okay, so I decided that this color isn't the worst thing ever. I figure we're gonna try out this top coat and we'll see if we can use one of these powders with it. I figure we can sort of keep the color but add a really nice like iridescent aspect to it. So those sort of powders don't work with every single top coat, so I got another one just in case, but we will give this one a good try. So essentially, if you just got the kit, no other gel polish and stuff, this is what it would look like. And it feels pretty good, and I feel like it looks pretty good too. So just do the other ones really quick. I was thinking about grabbing a acrylic nail kit as well. So you guys will have to let me know how you feel about that after you watch this video. I feel like polygel is really in right now, so it might not be too hard to find like a good polygel kit, but acrylic may be a different story. Alright, so here is what it would look like if you weren't to put anything else on top. So this is the tender pink color. Obviously a little bit see-through, a little bit more orange. I would say they're doing pretty good so far on how strong they are. They don't feel quite as strong as say like the other ones I have on, but not bad. So next let's go into this powder. Pretty, okay. So even though it is a non-wipe top coat, before I put a powder on, I always like to wipe it with rubbing alcohol because I feel like it makes it stick so much better. And I feel like it makes it so much more pigmented. And whenever I don't use any rubbing alcohol and I don't wipe it, I almost feel like it looks grainy, but when I do it, it looks super smooth. Wow, this is so much better. Now this is really pretty. Get some zoom in action on here. I don't know if you guys can see that well, but it's almost like a green reflection. It's really pretty. And then now I'm just going to top coat it. I'm not going to use the same top coat. I have one top coat that I use for any time I put any sort of powder or glitter or anything like that over my nails because I don't want to ruin all of my top coats with different powders and glitters and stuff like that. So I am going to use this one. But the other one, it did actually just, you know, work fine. Okay, and I figure we can just put a couple rhinestones on, you know, just a few. This is my little mixed bag for when I have a bunch of random ones and they all get jumbled. So we're gonna work off of this. Then my usual glue I use, I get this at Sally's. Then I use also this wax pencil that I also got from Wish. And let's just start off with doing one and we'll see how we feel. This is always my favorite part of doing any set of nails. I haven't been doing as many gems lately just because I don't love how they tug on my hair sometimes. I could literally sit here all day and just put gem after gem. Maybe I should do another full set of just gemstones, but of just these nice ones. I think the last time I did it, I didn't use the like iridescent looking ones and they didn't really look as good. And I don't think I also used like the right color underneath. I think it needs to be like glitter underneath all the rhinestones. I actually think for this one, I'm gonna go all the way around. Why not? That seems fun. I will link everything below. By the way, I will link the kit that I bought from Wish as well as these rhinestones and stuff like that, because I get pretty much everything else from Amazon, including like the light and all of that stuff. There we go, how pretty. I love that. And then I'm not gonna put a bunch on, I'm just going to put a little bit on my thumb. I know some people do one nail, but I feel like one nail seems not enough. This one ended up a little crooked and it's too late to fix it, but that's okay. We're gonna pretend that it didn't. That's all I'm gonna do with these. So here is the finished set. I'm really happy with how they turned out. I was a bit skeptical of like a $10 kit. You do have to be careful when you're ordering stuff like this because a lot of the time it can be stuff that's not good for your nails and have not good chemicals. So far, I felt like it seemed fine for me. There wasn't any overly strong smells. There wasn't any burning. There didn't seem like there was anything sketchy with it. I felt like you got a decent amount of stuff. I think it makes it like a $17 to almost $20 kit if you include shipping. I think I did that thing where you can like buy with another person that made it $11 for me. And I did opt for the quicker shipping so I could do this video. But overall, I don't think it's bad. I think it's good, especially if you're just starting to do your own nails, or if you've been doing them a while and you just want to try a different system. So yeah, overall, I would give this set, I think, like an 8 out of 10. Obviously, you do have to get yourself a light as well, as you will absolutely need a file. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, let me know how you feel about me grabbing an acrylic kit to try out. But I'm gonna stop talking. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will hopefully see you next time. Bye!